Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. In today's video, I do want to talk about Palantir. I will be covering a specific segment of Palantir. I will be talking about Palantir's energy segment and their ability to make you that much more efficient, their ability to go proactive instead of reactive, and Palantir's ability to just make everything better, whether you're working on a specific use case in energy, the supply chain of energy, or the revamping and modernization of an energy plant or an energy sector or a specific energy product within the total realm of what you're working on. If this is something that sounds interesting to you, if this is something that you want to learn more about, if you are a Palantir investor, or maybe thinking about joining Palantir, or maybe you don't give a ish about Palantir and you're like, hey, let me laugh on this guy. That's okay. As long as you give me a like or a dislike down below, YouTube counts it all the same for me. Nothing I say is financial advice. Everything is purely entertainment and educational. And you get a double whammy for entertainment. You get to look at this stupid face and you get entertainment from the actual video. If this is something you could get behind, definitely sit back, relax, grab your coffee, and enjoy the video. But before we go any further, can I ask you for a favor? Can you please give me that like, give me that dislike, give me those comments down below. It really does help the almighty YouTube algorithm. I am a suffering YouTube content creator, and I can use all the love that I could get. While you're down there, what really does help is subscribing to my channel. I don't give an ish if you share, but thank you if you do. And most importantly, if you hit that bing, bing, bing bell notification. Without further ado, let me get right into the video. This is straight from the Palantir's website. This is their use cases. Literally, if you look at the top, it says www.palantir.com/offerings/energy. Palantir Energy. And then it says right here, enabling energy companies to build a competitive advantage during a turbulent time. I like that they put in the word turbulent time. They're taking advantage of the situation, and I don't mean advantage in a bad way. They're saying, hey, shit sucks right now. We can make shit suck just a little bit less and possibly let you squeeze out every single inch of profit for your company. If you go a little bit lower, they're going to talk about what they're doing. Powerful flexibility. From local grid operations to multinational energy companies are facing immediate and long-term challenges. And just bear with me, guys. I'm going to give you a few use cases. They just announced a few really good partnerships in the energy field. An uncertain recovery and uneven demand for electricity and hydrocarbons following the disruption of COVID-19. Investors, customers, and regulatory pressures to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. A growing need to digitize every aspect of operations and to integrate or upgrade legacy technology investments. This is a very, very, very important one, and this is what's going to lead me to my first such example of what Palantir is doing. This is Jacobs Engineering. I spoke about them before. They did a video that was a pilot program. How do we know it was a pilot program? Because it literally says Jacobs and Palantir pilot successful data solution suite announce agreement to expand services. So we know that Palantir works with certain companies before the media knows, before it's announced. Shout out to Ether Squared. Shout out to the Palantir Discord. Shout out to all of you guys. Thank you so much for helping me out. Thank you so much for supporting the content creators on YouTube. You make our life just a little bit easier. Appreciate you. So Ether Squared has a dossier. This dossier is a bunch of different links that if you go on Palantir Foundry, you can see a company has a link. Sometimes there's a code word, sometimes there's not a code word. In any case, sometimes those links that we find is not actual contracts with Palantir, but pilot programs. A lot of times Palantir will work with you for free or nearly free, as they worked with NHS during COVID. The contract for $1, £1, that's it. And then they expanded to that 20-something million dollar contract, and now hopefully we're going to get the 360 million contract that's going to become the $1 billion contract in the future. But anyways, I digress, and you guys know what I'm talking about. So they start small and they expand. They had a pilot program with Jacobs. Jacobs is an engineering firm that comes to you, you hire Jacob, and you kind of give them the reins to your company. And they make you more efficient. They digitize your plant. They digitize your operations. And Jacob says, hey, we were able to take on our use case on our pilot program, and now I understand why they were using the use case, because they were about to expand. We took a plant that in modern day would be considered efficient. Like, this was already an efficient plant by any standards. And Palantir was able to tweak it by 20%, making it 20% more efficient. And Jacob said, hey, that is really, really impressive because it was already considered a highly effective plant. And he says the reason they did this, or how did they do this, is Palantir does something called proactive instead of reactive. For example, they were talking about turbines, okay? The turbines is what uses the most electricity in the plant. It's possible to run the turbines, I'm just giving you an example, until they're red hot, and then you need to cool them off for a certain amount of time. And you're doing a reactive measure when they're getting to like that point. A proactive measure is predicting based on everything else, the computational loads, predicting when that turbine is going to reach maximum capacity. Or maybe it's better to run the turbine at 5 a.m. instead of 7 p.m. I'm just giving you guys an example. And this is something that Palantir does with its oncology, the digital twin. And this is not me saying this is Jacob's. By the way, if you want to see that entire video, just click on the link up above. You guys can, watch the video. And Jacob says that, hey, Palantir can save us millions of dollars and our clients tens of millions of dollars. And he says before Palantir, this was not available. There was nothing like this on the market and was very much needed. And they say that they run simulations and they have real-time information. And essentially, he was just praising Palantir. Really, really good video. So then they announced that they're expanding their agreement. Jacobs and Palantir are helping transform and design, deliver operations and management of infrastructure and national security systems around the world. Since announcing our partnership in March 2022 to collaborate on targeting data and technology solutions for the infrastructure and national security markets, Jacob and Palantir set out to transform and design, deliver operations and maintenance of infrastructure and national security systems around the world. Jacobs, if off the top of my head, has like 55,000 employees. They're in like 44 different countries. They're freaking huge. So they're leveraging their existing O&M portfolio as well as proprietary machine learning modules and wastewater process optimization tools like Replica. And we developed a dynamic management solution suite in Palantir Foundry. So they already have their own system. They already have their AI learning. And Palantir is the toolbox for toolboxes. You guys heard this reference before. I'm positive I've said this. Many other of us Palantir community guys have been saying this. So they're taking what they have, they're building it on top of Palantir. And what's cool about Palantir is the user interface. You can be using essentially white labeled Palantir. You could be using Palantir, but when you're giving it to your end user, it's like they're using your platform. I don't know if this is what's happening here, but Palantir basically builds to suite, right? They do a custom build for you that the final user doesn't even know that they're using Palantir. That connects the predictive AI modeling with day-to-day site operations to optimize power, chemical usage, and asset management across plant sites. And I'm going to give you a second example in just a moment, but I really want to read you this, and I quote, "As part of Jacobs' data solutions and climate response accelerators within our boldly moving forward strategy, the Jacobs and Palantir solution leverage data securely to optimize operations and maintenance at plants across the country." And this is as per Jacobs' president and COO, Bob Pragada. And I quote, "Leveraging AI and machine learning to address the global energy challenges, particularly in water and wastewater treatment, one of the highest energy consumers, saves on materials and energy while setting the foundations for our intelligent O&M portfolio." And I'm just going to leave it here. Based on these findings, we are optimistic we can reduce O&M cost by 10 to 30% for the future facilities. Guys, Palantir is going to give you 10 to 30% more efficiency, less waste, and therefore giving you optimized savings and even more optimized profits. Your margins become bigger. Why? Your costs are here. If you can reduce your cost here and you're still making this much money, well, now your profits is a lot more than if it was here, right? Very, very simple. Now I want to give you one more example. This just came out. This is Sonadex. Sonadex is a big company. It's an energy company like Jacobs, except this is an actual energy company. Jacobs is like an energy solutions engineer. And Sonadex is in 10 different countries, and they have offices in 8 different countries. So again, we global, baby. Sonadex and Palantir partner to support digital transformation and maximize production of solar energy. Sonadex, the international renewable energy producer, today announced a partnership with Palantir, a leading builder of operation system for modern enterprises, to support Sonadex's data transformation to further capitalize in the vast renewables infrastructure and streamline operations for data-driven decisions. The multi-million-dollar partnership is for 4 years. Guys, it's not the first time Palantir is working with energy companies. Palantir has a whole freaking energy division. Do you forget PG&E, right? Procter Gas and Electric, where they're literally stopping forest fires? And not only PG&E, they have 2 competitors. One of the other 2 competitors also uses Palantir. I forgot, but I definitely have a video on that. You guys could do a search. Really, really interesting. Sonadex will utilize Palantir Foundry to support and improve the company's process across various business functions, including finance, operations, and informative technology to help scale as the business continues to grow. With over 450 operational assets worldwide, Foundry will give operators a comprehensive overview of its energy supply by allowing them to combine external data such as weather, solar panels, patterns with internal data sources like high-scale sensors, data, and ERP systems into a single point of access in real time, which allows you for real-time decisions. Guys, this is freaking huge. And as I said, we keep expanding, we start small. Jacobs was a energy solutions engineer. This is Palantir's, and I quote this from the article, is the first commercial agreement with a pure play renewable energy. Pure play. And this is what they had to say. Palantir will reshape our business by creating fully integrated tools that allow operations to see all our data in real time, said Carlos Guinand, co-founder and executive chairman of Sonadex. Our teams will rely on Foundry to make critical business decisions throughout our operations. The ultimate goal is to see Foundry throughout all facets of the company. Start small and expand. This is a 4-year deal. Mark my words, set it on Twitter, remind me of this. In 2 years, you're gonna see an expanded contract, bigger than this. I'm telling you. They're gonna start. This is a 4-year contract. I'm telling you, before the 4 years is over, they're gonna expand their contract. It's needed, guys. It's needed. And then I just want to read a quick statement from Palantir. Palantir Foundry transforms the way organizations operate by creating a centralized operating system for their data. In a complex and data-rich environment, such as renewable energy productions, where minor changes in weather can affect output, and everything from site selection to pricing is based on ever-changing information. Foundry can help lead to faster, data-driven decision-making. End of the day, Palantir is an absolute beast, an absolute animal. It is undeniable what Palantir could do. Guys, it's undeniable. And again, this is just a few examples. Palantir starts small, then they expand, bigger, 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 bigger. Renewable energy is gonna be a huge, huge, huge money-making industry for Palantir. Also, supply chain distributions of healthcare, and this has nothing to do with this specific video, is also going to be on the forefront of a very, very lucrative deal. Very, very lucrative situation. Now, think about it. Ukraine, geopolitical uncertainty. Ukraine has a shit ton of plants, power plants, nuclear power plants. After this is over, you're going to need some way to run those power plants, some way to make them more efficient, so on and so forth. Europe, Russia. Europe is on their knees. Russia is, clamping down with the energy, gas, oil, so on and so forth. When this is over, there's going to be a need for you to be able to be more efficient. Where do you think Palantir is going to get their next market? It's going to be from Europe. This is going to be a major expansion. After Europe, it's going to be Asia. Not to say that they're not in Europe, not to say that they're not in Asia, but I'm saying like literally major, major expansion. Heck, maybe even China is going to become friends with America, and they're going to go to China. I'm just joking. That's probably not going to happen, but maybe it will. Who knows? Guys, thank you so much. I got an absolute amazing video coming out next week. You're not going to want to miss it. It's an absolute barn burner for Palantir. If you can't wait until next week, please click on one of these links over here. I got some amazing videos. You guys can take a look at the Jacobs video and any one of my other videos on Palantir. Appreciate you all. I love you. Have a great day.